but anyhow you look at it, and anything you're dealing with is politics. I don't know why persons think that their everyday life is not affected by politics. Everything is politics one way or the other. You understand? That's how it is. But I don't know what aspect of too much politics in it in the meeting. I don't know what he was talking about when I read the article this morning. I don't know what he was talking about when he mentioned that, but we'll get clarity on that when he comes in today. So let's get into the news, and we're going to open the phone line, take some calls after the first break, of course. But the first headline that we want to get to is the crippling strike, man. Hundreds left stranded. Hundreds. I would have thought it would have been thousands. But anyhow, they put hundreds. Hundreds left stranded as maxi taxi operators protest. 4-hour meeting with Zakur fails to resolve issues. Route 1, 4, and 5 drivers back on the job today. Route 2 continue protests, and Route 3 are split with the protest action. All right? So let me just read a little piece of that. It's good that the minister did meet with them. But commuters traveling along the east-west corridor and from central and south Trinidad into and out of Port of Spain are expected to face another day of disruption today as Route 2 and 3 Max taxi operators plan to continue their 3-day, why these things just keep popping up now? Their 3-day strike despite talks with Transport and Civil Aviation Minister Eliza Zakur. However, Max taxi operators on other routes are expected to return to the nation's roads today following over 4 hours of discussions with Zakur and other ministry officials. All right, so we'll get into the nitty-gritty of all of those things when we chat with Brenton Knight at the top of the hour, okay? In other news, well, I mean, the news is basically made up of everything about the strike. In other news, you had, where is it? Hold on, eh? You had the motorcade from South, got a 90% response from drivers. Apparently, there was a motorcade that the Max Taxi Association organized, and, you know, they left, where did they leave from? Let me just take a little pull in this here, a little read. So from as early as 5 a.m. yesterday, Max taxi drivers gathered at the Taruba flyover to begin a motorcade bound for Port of Spain. They would drive at 65 kilometers per hour during the activity, one of several issues that they have with the Ministry of Transport. That is the speed limit for the Max taxis. They wanted to increase to 80 kilometers per hour. It is 65. Now, we'll find out from Brenton about that as well, because I do not know if that 65 kilometers per hour is based on science in terms of the weight of the vehicle, the size of the vehicle, things like that. And then you know, to establish what is the speed limit for this vehicle, you know. But then again, I mean, I don't know if it have a science applied to how they come up with these speed limits, but then again, the speedometer does go up to 100 and something. So it means that the vehicle could travel faster than 65 kilometers per hour. I mean, look, some people might think that there's no need to increase it for them, but I want to believe, and I haven't spoken to Brenton at all, but I want to believe that has to do with ticketing. Right? I want to believe that because 65 kilometers per hour, for any of you who have ever taken the time to drive it, and taking into consideration the hustle and bustle of being a maxi taxi driver, getting from one hub to the next and picking up passengers. And look, a lot of people have had complaints on social media saying, you know, there was a time when during the pandemic and all, they raised the fare and all kind of thing, and and it was, I've seen all kind of conversation taking place on social media, but yes, there are some things that we could hold them, we could hold them and say, well, look, you know, but I think some of their grievances here are within reason, right? Because I can't drive at 65 kilometers per hour. Anybody in the back there could drive at 65 kilometers per hour? I'm telling you, I just think 65 is totally ridiculous. I think that I don't see any problem with upping it to the 80 kilometers and meeting them there, right? 80 kilometers per hour is still a reasonable speed to anticipate, react, and that kind of thing. That was the speed limit before for normal vehicles, all on the highway, and then they increased it to 100. So, I mean, I don't see an issue there with the 15 extra kilometers. Yeah, I don't see an issue there, but we'll get, and I want to feel it had to do with ticketing. Because more likely than not, you're going to exceed 65 kilometers per hour. Right? And if these police and them out there with a speed gun and all kind of thing, they go hit your ticket and thing. And again, you know, that's where the TTPS and all, I know they have a job to do, and we know we have a lot of carnage on the roads and things like that, eh? And people just don't listen. No matter how you talk to people, they don't listen. Right? We are our biggest problem. Believe you me. I will sit down here and say something, and people will take, they will listen, they'll take this one little part and make it into a conversation and just drop the whole context and go away with their own interpretation of what I say. You understand? People just hear what they want to hear, do what they want to do, you know, and we just don't listen. Right? That's just who we are. You know? But so I think more often than not, you're going to end up with drivers exceeding 65 kilometers per hour, and I want to feel that the police is issuing tickets to those drivers for speeding. I'm telling you, or exceeding the speed limit. PH drivers, the PH drivers cashed in. PH drivers cash in on higher demand for services. Well, you know, this is another aspect of things that, You're not getting him? Or you and Chris, always in PH thing. Have PH drivers been regularized? They have been regularized? PH cars? I'll tell you, it's the same reason why I've been talking about this, the protest now. And I've been trying to shoot out some ideas to people that would make more sense in terms of putting money and that kind of thing now. But I don't want to deal with that and go back there. We're moving forward, right? But the reason why I bring up this PH drivers, and I ask if they've been regularized. When we were having meetings with the Candlelight Movement, those 128,000 signatures that we got, right? Which would have represent roughly 10% of the population, right? Anywhere between 8 to 10% of the population, right? And that is physical tickets, eh? That is people who came to the office and signed the petition, eh? Because we say we didn't want to do an online petition. We wanted the physical signatures would be more powerful. To see that people take the time and the effort to come and sign it in person. And one of the things that we requested was the regularization of PH drivers. And I don't even think we got that. You had the pepper spray legislation, the regularization of PH drivers, and there were two other things there were two other things that we were advocating for, either two or three other things. And none of those ever, and we delivered that 128,000 signatures to the Attorney General office, and No, I don't even know what they did with it. They probably burned that or shred it or throw it away. I telling you, I feel so. I feel so. I feel if we go and ask them with the 128,000 signatures we deliver in our coffin, I don't even think they could produce it. You understand? But I'm just saying, we went through all of that, and that was a huge movement. Right? That was nationwide. Nationwide. I remember standing up on the back of a van on Knox Street in Port of Spain and talking to about almost 2,000 people. You understand what I'm telling you? Stand up on the back of a van, and you see people come out, rain was drizzling, people in the umbrella in the night. And that's the first time I ever spoke like publicly then in front of a mass of people. Right? And I remember that people came out. I remember that. And I'm telling you. So, anyhow, all you want to do, and, don't listen to anybody who's been there before, See how it works. Anyway, yeah, those are some of the headlines in the paper. We'll get to the TTPS and their shuttle service and everything when we return from the break. I thought I was good of the TTPS to bring out their maxis and provide some free transport. I see NCW borrow a maxi and was transporting people last night up until 10 o'clock, free, absolutely free, no charge. He had always out on the road. I was watching the social media and I saw the feed and that kind of thing. All right. So as we get cracking here and we want to get rolling with the phone calls and your thoughts and expression, I want to remind you about a few things. One of them is the Trinidad and Tobago College of Therapeutic Massage and Beauty Culture. All right, yeah, man. So if you've ever considered a lucrative career in massage therapy or cosmetology, then call the Trinidad and Tobago College of Therapeutic Massage and Beauty Culture Limited, because they're enrolling now for September 2026. You can learn from the experts who have over 40 years of experience in the field, and you could also train for that job in the fastest growing industry in the world. They are registered with the Ministry of Education. They are registered with the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago for a gate-funded massage diploma. They are also registered with the National Training Agency to teach a cosmetology level 2 CVQ. Now you can call them on 658-3907, or you could WhatsApp them on 496-1111. You could also visit their website, www.ttcollegeofmassage.com. So make sure and give them a check today. And also, Chef Shiraz, well, Chef has this thing going on. He has the food costing, restaurant and catering workshop, which is the next course that will be starting this weekend, the 6th of June. On the 13th of June, he has the International Creative Cuisine that will be starting as well. So if you want to get yourself registered for those courses and any one of those other courses, they are including the Certificate in Culinary Arts, which starts in July, and the kids' summer cooking classes, one on the 13th of July and the other on the 10th of August. Then all you need to do is call or WhatsApp 372-4639 or 737-5097. All right, so make sure, give them a call and get yourself registered today. And finally, we have the Keolic range of products backed by science, over 900 scientific research and clinical trials. They're all made from that aged garlic extract. And there are many products in the Keolic range. They do include the cleanse and digestion. They have the blood pressure health. They have the total heart health, the cholesterol health, and the circulation health. They also have the Keo Green Powder Drink Mix and the probiotics, all right, which of course is formulated to support healthy digestive and immune systems. So you can pick up any one of those products in the Keolic range by visiting a pharmacy or health store across the country. And you could always call or WhatsApp for more info, 728-0338. That is 728-0338. With that, we're going to take the break. When we come back from the break, we'll take a look and a listen to some of the things that took place yesterday. One will include the TTPS, and the other, a driver who say, my bills to pay, you know, me and no association to study. Keep it right here. We'll come back with that.
I'm every woman, evolving, unstoppable even when I need to recharge. That's why I choose iron that's gentle, fights fatigue, and keeps me strong.
Fine lines, subtle shifts. I support my skin from within to reduce wrinkles.
Hard work takes strength, so I fuel up to stay ready.
Now I'm growing someone new. What I take, she takes too. So I choose what supports her brain from the start.
Wellness looks different for all of us, and I'm not alone. Jameson, trusted by women through every stage and every change.
Legends need to be celebrated while they can still hear the applause. Trinidad and Tobago, let's show our appreciation for this Calypso giant in Thank You, David.
Saturday, June 6th at Napa, Port of Spain.
One night, one legend, countless unforgettable songs.
Celebrating King David in his presence and performing some of his many hits include Roger George, KV Charles, Chrison Joseph, Terry Lyons, Adrian Filbert, Irvin Alves, Chuck Gordon.
Special guest Super Bandman, Dane Gulston, and the Lydian Singers.
MC Sonny Bling.
Tickets cost $225 and $275. If stocks last, call 491-1802.
Thank you, David.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
TT Bet Arena is your one-stop entertainment destination in Trinidad and Tobago. Bet on international sport.
Welcome to Antigua Mas. Them people have no behavior, they have no behavior. Welcome to Antigua Mas. Clear out how you know it's danger, how you know it's danger. When it comes to massive madadle.
Mantras bring quick relief. Know what lies ahead in your love life and future through powerful astrology readings. Many lives have changed. Now it's your turn. Contact +1 868 278 0399.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. we select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
You will not deny that this is the maddest place on earth. And we go shout from the top of the mountain. This is the greatest place, our great escape. My favorite space, the maddest place on earth. Would you believe me when I tell you? Better you come and take a sample. A little bit is still a lot to handle, but you can find no other example. We really have a different kind of style. The elders teach it to me as a child, and this is how we know that we are alive. Fancy people never need too much to start a vibe. It's fancy time, June and July. You need to fly up to the maddest place on earth. Can't tell no lie.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Astrologer Mohit Ji is known for providing insightful astrology guidance for complex life situations, dealing with love confusion, delayed marriage, partner distancing, or serious relationship breakdowns. His approach focuses on understanding the root cause and guiding you toward the right path. If financial instability or business setbacks are affecting you, his spiritual remedies may support positive change. With psychic reading, horoscope analysis, and palm insights, he offers practical clarity. His services also include protection from negative energies and removal of bad luck. Call at +1 868 334 2796.
All right, people, so we are back, and as we return, of course, yesterday we had the first day of the 3-day strike by the Maxi Taxis. Most of the routes will be back at work today. All right, so for some of these routes, it only took 1 day and 1 meeting, 1 4-hour meeting with the minister, and for the other 2, one of who will be represented here this morning, they were not satisfied, so they will continue their strike until Wednesday. The media caught up with one maxi taxi driver yesterday who decided to ply his trade, and his words to the media was, "Look, I have bills to pay, though. Run me the bills to pay now." I really did when I see this, yes. I ball. You have it? The bills to pay, yeah. The maxi drive, yeah.
Why I'm working today? I know everybody on strike. Them on strike, not me. I have my bills, and I insurance to pay this week. So I want to know if the association going to pay for me. So why striking for? You have time with that. So long the ball in they want to strike. 10 years, 15 years ago. Why the strike now? You understand?
You work in main road, Max?
Main road I work in.
And when you've been on the road, you've been seeing other drivers?
Yeah, I get a little problem until this morning. But they ain't stopping me, I have to work.
When you say problem?
Yeah, that people in crib and then try to bully me and all kind of thing. But me taking that, you understand? Okay. I let them know I have bills to pay, I have children to send to school. Me studying them.
Man say, boy, I bills to pay. I bills to pay. Me and them to study association and pay no bills to me, no? My trainer to go to school, I had to make my money. Well, he would have make he would have make some good money yesterday because with everybody else off the route, traffic would have been freed up, and my boy would have be flying up, down, up, down, up, down. The other thing that happened yesterday was the TTPS came out to assist, and yeah, they let go all the buses, man. Let me get the TTPS 2. Because they did a social media video, so let me run that first. TTPS went and do the thing, They do a whole video. the PR department working, boy. You'll give me 2, and then we'll go to 1. Right? So, all right, take this in.
Recognizing the need to have mass transit available to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago today, the TTPS responded to the ACP Specialized Support, Mr. Sidin, in mobilizing our buses so that we could assist members of the public in transiting home so as to avoid late evening, 5:30, 6 o'clock, here being filled and persons stranded. So this is just our small way of giving back to the members of the public who support us on a daily basis.
So I want to applaud you for the initiative this afternoon and using the burden of the public and reaching their home safe. Thank you very much, and our drivers, we are fully on board and willing to assist in any way possible.
All right, thank you for that. Thanks for cover you all. Right. TTPS is pleased to offer you this non-stop ride straight to Arima, right? Everybody here going straight up? And nobody here going and rub all and lock all their neck on this one. All right, have a safe one. All right. In recognizing the maxi taxi strike earlier today, there was of course some significant disruption in the mass transit of Trinidad and Tobago. I spoke with the ACP Specialized Support, Mr. Brian Sidin, and we mobilized all the police buses that are readily available to assist in transporting persons to their homes. So at this point in time, we are in the process of delivering on that promise to Trinidad and Tobago traveling.
And how many buses were offered by TTPS and the stop points and destinations?
At this point 5, but I wish we had 50.
And Commissioner, just, who are the target segment that you're targeting? Because there are a lot of people here and it's not even rush hour yet, as 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Most assuredly, our first target was vulnerable school children and the elderly and getting them safely. So that's the reason why we chose this time at 2:30 when school was just over, was to get them out of the town as fast as possible.
And for those who are finishing work at 4 or 5 o'clock, which is the normal stipulated, who are finishing work at 4 and 5, which is stipulated hours.
We have a second trip coming.
And Commissioner, consistent of this action today, would this action be taken tomorrow? If
most assuredly, once there's a need for it, the TTPS will be here to assist.
And that
these trips will have planned to be sent second trip. The second trip is coming, so they will be going to Arima, drop off, pick up, come back down, and run another trip. So this is so far plan? So far plan. We'll monitor it as we go along and we'll put whatever is in place as it comes along. This is a very unique situation.
And at this time, seeing what is going on, any message or any sentiments, because you can see the challenges that people are facing today.
I'm highly irritated.
What sentiment or message you have today, seeing the situation that citizens are facing here today in regards of the strike?
The most important message I would like the public of Trinidad and Tobago to hear from the TTPS is that we stand ready to assist in any way possible. And by this gesture here today, I'd just like to show that we are not just about enforcement of the law, but also assisting the public in any way that is possible.
The question will be asked, Commissioner, regarding these vehicles coming here in regards of something is to occur. Is the TTPS prepared? If there's an untoward incident and these buses are in use in mass transit, is there sufficient support to assist in the case of an emergency?
There is sufficient support. So before embarking on this, we did what we call a risk assessment. And that risk assessment told us that in leaving these people here tonight, being vulnerable, and stranded far outweighs what we are doing in terms of positivity. So we are taking them out of harm's way and to their home rather than leaving them here to be stranded tonight. And then you, the media, will be here tonight reporting on, look, 500 people stranded. We are taking them out. The end justifies the means.
And yeah, free of charge, you said earlier?
And free of charge.
Free of charge. All right, the audio a little poor on that clip, but nevertheless, that's the Commissioner of Police here. They're speaking about, you know, the police being out there and providing the service to the public, particularly starting with the elderly and the school children first, to get them home. I thought that was a good initiative by the TTPS. I think it is more initiatives like that helps them to get back that public trust. I think the Commissioner being on the ground as well, interacting with the people is a good thing. That is what Gary Griffith was, you know, he thrived at. That was one of Gary's best traits, is that he would get on the ground and he would come and he would meet people and laugh and talk with them and just be Gary Griffith, because that's Gary Griffith, right? Even the little conversation that the Commissioner had with the people in the bus. He said, everybody got to go? Ting, ting, ting. Right, nice. And nobody can come in to rob you and lock your neck. Well, unfortunately, that is a reality that the maxi taxis are vulnerable to, is the crime. And that is one of their concerns. And of course, the Transport Minister referred them to the Homeland Security Ministry to have that discussion on the crime situation as it relates to them. Because the Transport Minister, he can't deal with crime. So the Homeland Security, so what they should have requested is not a meeting with the Transport Minister, but with the Transport Minister, Homeland Security, Ministry of Works. And maybe that would have, you know, solved the issues a little faster. Morning.
Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, man, go ahead, share your thoughts.
Right. Stefan, first thing I want to address is the 65 kilometers an hour, right?
Yes.
5 years ago, I was driving truck from Pinto Road coming up, and they stopped me around Komoto Road Junction. I was making 68 miles, 68 kilometers.
Right.
And when police stopped me and give me the ticket, I said, look, it have 100 meters there, boy. So how I breaking anything? And no way on the highway have a 65 kilometers, you know, a sign. It have 50, it have 80, it have 100. I say, where is 65? He said, well, that is the law, right? So they give me a book. A policewoman gave me a book concerning the law. And I take it like, it was $1,000. I pay me $1,000, right? But why they have put it 65 miles? Is because of the wheelbase of the vehicle, right?
Right.
Because the motor wheel is smaller. So they will have to go at a faster rate to cover the same distance you traveling with a bigger wheelbase, right? So although it's 65 kilo, you'll be going nearly at 90 kilometers an hour because of the 65 kilos.
But that's what I say. That's what I was asking, if there's a science behind it.
Yes,
why that
is
is the speed limit? Yeah.
So don't feel the maximum know that. And 5 years ago, right, I get a ticket for $1,000, right? I don't know how much for it now. So I just show you the form, how people just use the thing, what they didn't study to come and bring it up now, right? Another thing, I was a taxi driver too. I was working Beach Sanagradi. I used to work Port of Spain, Sanagradi. I used to pass the street, never dirty. Right, Coconut Drive in Lamati, Chinapu, all about I used to work. The first thing I used to work was PH, since I know myself before I get taxi badge, right? And I will tell you, these people, they're just foolish. Because why I will say they're foolish? You can't deprive yourself with a taxi and say you're striking with that, when that's the way you make your living. So all what I'm doing there is real foolishness because they're making a cent. Right? The man who said that he working, he's a wise man. Because if I was working taxi, me ain't striking at all because that way I making my money. Right? And I will tell you something. Do you know what will happen? That man who working, if the people are wise, during the time when everything come back, he'll get mostly at the passengers. Because all they want to strike, this man who can keep me going, is that the man they want to travel to. So they make a nice way for that fella to gain recognition, even more than them. So they're really foolish. I tell you that to Mr. Stefan.
Okay. All right, cool, man. Yeah. Hello, morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I have been into the maxi taxi industry 40 years,
Right.
and this thing really hurting. I'm being straightforward this morning. I come out of the association because I see what it is happening. Every time this government in power, they have a strike. Go and check the years, or they might have record of it. Right?
Right.
Politics nonsense for 10 years. Right? And when Parliament was dissolved for election, the Minister of Sunanan called a meeting with them. You know, they're so stupid, they go into the meeting. If Parliament dissolved, the man can't do nothing for you. Right? And that real maxi drivers want to work. They were sending threats with boulders with name and number on it about the men who working. You see that Mino driver who you see working there?
Yeah.
My heart God. That man is suffering today because of them bus route driver. They in Arima taking the passengers that's supposed to go down the main road with the main road fare on the bus route. They're taking $5 when the bus route is 10, and the main road have no work. And you see that man, I give him 100% for what he's doing. This strike is not a strike for what it's supposed to be. They want to own Citygate. They want the speed limit is really for the green band men who can solve them suffering ticket. I agree with that.
But you mean they want
The
to own
chance-
Citygate?
The president, them, all right. About a year or two ago, he started collecting at $2. And early time it mounted up to 450,000. So by now you must reach $1 million something. What you do, you put in a air condition, buy some cards for men to use the washroom so not anybody could go in. And he figured that if he owns Citygate and to collect the majority of money, like a fee, it will be a lot for them. Right? I say the next of kin, which is the transfer the past to the next of kin. That is what's supposed to be dealt with. Right? Because I know people who have to sell the house, they give up the maxi because they suffer from cancer and different illness and they die. And
Right.
the family lost the maxi. Right? The speed limit, safeguard the men them in South and thing who using the highway and let them get a better life to live without getting tickets.
Okay.
Right? Be in closing, I would like to thank the Prime Minister for removing the merit point over some of the tickets. Today, I have a job and I have my license.
Okay.
I just want to thank them. And the government should open that bus route to all taxis for the next 2 days.
Well,
Have a
but-
blessed day.
All right, thanks a lot. Yeah, well, the bus route has been opened. It is open for the next, I think, 2 days to light motor vehicles. If I'm not mistaken, I think the minister did release that yesterday. I'll see if I can find it here. Hello, good morning.
Hey.
Yep.
I was in Citygate yesterday, right? Listen to me.
You?
And I was in Citygate yesterday, right? And these maxi men who want back up, them throwing things in the road in Citygate except to block up maxi and then for not a pass now. So if you are to get something, you got to walk outside our Citygate. On the outskirts now. For the maxi to pick you up outside because they ain't picking you up inside. You understand?
Really?
Yeah, you have to go walk outside your hub. Yeah. So that main road man, me know he's gain passengers, but we had to walk outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And with part seeing them, TTPBS buses and them should be inside the hub itself. Them shouldn't be where the PTSD buses.
Okay.
They notice we got the backup, right?
Yeah.
Right. So people who had a bus ticket, them who's getting on the bus. You know that?
All right.
They not the normal passenger. Yeah. So I don't understand that much at all because the bus and them running normal. You know that?
Okay.
So I don't understand that kind of much at all.
All right. No problem.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let me see here now. Yeah, morning.
Yeah, boy, it's up. Morning.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, boy. I see the police service and PTSD again. Big up on social media, boy.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing considering that the police have been under immense pressure over the last few weeks. You know, at least people could recognize that, you know, when they do a good initiative, they should be credited for it.
True, but the most lawless Max drivers that I see is from Sequanas to Kirep, you know. Them fellas that drive reckless, boy.
Ah.
And they care about nobody, and it have a part of the overpass to go into Kirep where them on the lane to swing to go KFC, but they're pulling on cars to filter in, you know. And they care, you know. And they're threatening you on top of it too, you know. But, people talking about P-cars to get regularized, but what a lot of people don't know is that if a man have a record, he can't get a taxi badge, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, because one of the requirements is a clean certificate of character, and if you have a certificate of character showing you have a conviction for, like, say, smoking weed or holding weed or something, you wouldn't get through. So there were a lot of them had no other choice but to pull bull.
Well, this is where the legislation that the Minister of Justice just passed, which is the minor offences bill. There was a bill for minor offences that would be, they're going to wipe your slate clean.
Yeah, well, better
right?
pass it fast,
that has been passed.
But you know, it only have two instances where somebody can get a record clean for a minor offense right now. One is, like we say, you're before the court for a matter, and at the same point in time, the magistrate discharges under, I think it's section 73, I can't remember. But they can discharge it immediately in the court, that way you have no record against it. Or the other one is, you have to write to the president to get the record clear. Other than that, well, if they pass this thing, then that'll be a plus for somebody who, like we say,
no, yeah, they did pass it.
They
did. You see, those things have been overshadowed by the noise, right? But the Minister of Justice and they did pass a bill that would allow for minor offences to be wiped off of your record, so that people could, you know, they don't have that on the record, and now they could go and they could get a job and they could get things that, you know, they would be able to access things that they would not have been able to access before with those minor charges on their record. So that has been passed, and the probation bill coming too. Or I think that was passed too. Huh?
Yeah, I think the probation bill passed too.
Yeah, that and the probation bill now is going to assist in clearing the backlog of cases that the court is backed up with to a great extent. So the wheels could start turning a little faster as it relates to justice. So, like I said, there have been things that are taking place, and nobody's talking about it because the noise has overshadowed it.
True.
You
because
know?
I know a businessman who can't even get his FUL because he got catch with weed when he was 15 years old.
Well, you know what I mean. Well, that's need to be wiped clean, yeah. All right.
Well, nice one.
Yeah, man. I'll go again. Morning.
Hello, morning.
Yeah, morning.
Stefan, it's always good to see the public get any type of service when it comes to transportation, because on any day, the public, they always want more transportation in this country. And PTSC has been allotted nearly $500 million out of the budget. And I remember clearly, there was a time in South San Fernando when PTSC released buses, more than what I see the police commissioner have here, and released buses for the public, who was under some strain because the PH taxis decided to take $30 a person to go from San Fernando to Gulf City Mall because it had something. I think it was Christmas or something. And the government that they decided we're going to put out some PTSC bus to take up people and carry them down for free, because they see it as that time the people getting hold hostage.
Right.
The police service, in my estimation, did well, and I have a problem sometimes with police service doing more PR than doing the work. Because it's good to have PR and sell what you're doing for the public. But right now in particular, I see right now, transportation is not what people want to see the police doing. Transportation is good and is welcome, fine, no problem. But that is not the number one thing that the public read. Because when you tell me you didn't get something because mosquito in the
Okay,
area.
hold on. You know, we have different aspects of policing, right?
Stefan, I think you know that I know that.
Right. So then all that you just said there matters not because all of this falls under community policing.
Right now, and that is the problem why this government in this position, because once somebody says something that maybe not aligning with what everybody else saying, nobody has no time with you, and
what
that
is
matters.
you talking about?
No, that
you just said, hold on. You just said, okay, wait now, telling you what you just said. You said that sometimes you would rather the police do the work than PR work, correct?
Go ahead.
And you said that people would rather the police doing the job than providing transportation. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Good. And all I'm telling you is there are different aspects of policing. There are different types of policing. One of those policing, one of the different types of policing is community policing. And this initiative falls under community policing. So this is not outside what the police are paid to do.
Right, and I'm not saying that is outside. I'm not saying that. I never said that. What I'm saying is, where we at right now in the country, this is not the number one hot topic of transporting people. People would like to see from the police officers. And if you roll it back, you'll hear me say that it is welcomed. But it's still, no matter what the police officer do, I can transport everybody every day. But it doesn't boil down to the thing, that people want to see the police service do. That is all. And I'm glad to see, this has become a political issue, this transportation, because people saying, oh, when this government in power is now people is do this, is now people is want to strike on this route and that kind of thing. And the public perception, some people in public perception has said that this commissioner has become kind of politically too close to his relationship with the Homeland Security Minister being a police officer. But that is not me saying that alone. I'm just saying that, again, the police commissioner himself, not even somebody, the commissioner himself has gone there and now steaming at here. Let me try to see if we could break something here that the government might be getting some lash with these maxi people. And it just looking in a way that what people saying, and I'm not saying it's true, people saying this, I know the commissioner come to breaks in a kind of way. But in this aspect, and it's still not the number one thing people want to see that the police officers do. That is all. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Because we could talk for 25 minutes and you still wouldn't understand what I just told you. So I will just leave that alone. Morning. That's sad. Look at Seth and all laughing here. That is sad. That is the saddest assessment that I've ever heard. You know that? That's sad, you know. Morning.
Well, everybody entitled to their views, but let me deal with the issue at hand. If they want to up the speed from 65 to 80, we need to meet with Brent Batson and the Arrive Alive to understand why did they reach to 65, because it's about getting people safe from point A to point B. And if there's an accident by chance, the injury will be less. So they need to discuss that at that level and let that be championed by Arrive Alive and others to help them to move in that direction. And if they want to up the speed on the priority bus route, one of the lanes could be used for 80 kilos and the other one for 65. It's just a suggestion. In terms of the drivers, the maxi drivers who in the school system who not getting paid, I think parents provide more than half the transport for themselves, but at the same time, they can now have a system which part now the parents are who can't afford their own private thing will now pay into the school as they pay a registration fee to do that. Also with the Maxi Hub, because they're charging a fee to use the Maxi Hub, those who are collecting the fee are responsible for now upgrading and upkeeping the Maxi Hub now to the level and standards that it's supposed to be. The police is already out on the highways giving tickets and all kind of trailer. So of course, the level of crime will be reduced because of their presence there to deal with that. And last but not least, everybody came out yesterday because they saw the importance of people going to work to see about their families and all sorts of things. So everybody wanted to assist and to help. So anybody contributing towards that gesture is a good one, whether it's the police or whoever it is, regardless of what is the job. And we need to look at ways and means of how do we resolve these issues that will fix these things. And as the guy said before, the maxis and them are working on the old roads. They overtake a line of traffic and cut in, so they need now to regularize them and give them that. And also the PH drivers, the PH maxis, should be allowed to use the priority bus route after 6 because the regular maxis just come off the road, and how would people get transport at that time? There are so many things. I passed with them already. We could discuss further a little more.
Yeah, man, no problem. Cool. Morning.
Stefan, good morning.
Morning, yeah.
I don't know why you waste time with that man. Not the one who just spoke, anyone before. He made absolutely no sense. He had me here lying down, totally confused. I don't know what it is he talking about. Anyway, listen, if I could remember what it is, oh God, he kept me there. The man who said he had bills to pay. I agree with him. Everybody have bills to pay, and if he chooses to go to work, because if you don't pay for your maxi or you don't pay your insurance, you're going to be charged, right? So you go ahead, mister. You did the right thing. You go and you work and get your money or do whatever you have to do. The police that came out and with all those buses, kudos to them. That was a very good initiative to get the people who wanted transportation to give them what they wanted. They wanted transport yesterday, they wanted today, and they would want it tomorrow. So leave the police, let them do what they have to do. No bandit going on that truck, bus, yes, to rob them. So that is one very good thing that they did yesterday. And if they do, these people will say something about it. If they don't do, they will say something about it. Because I think I saw on Facebook yesterday where somebody was saying, oh, they were partying in Indian arrival. So they didn't put things in place. And I said, but they didn't watch, they don't know what's going on. They're really out of it. They don't. And it's this Marsha woman that made, I think it's Marcia or Marsha is her name.
Oh, God.
She always has something to say. Yes. She was the one with the hand up in the air while she was pregnant. Yeah. Oh, God. I'm sorry for them, you know. Anyway, this man I had talking there, he's over 18 and he could vote. So it just frightening. It does. You're damn if you do, you're damn if you don't. But this man I'm watching that on TV here, man, go ahead and work and make your money because nobody's going to pay your bills for you. Okay, goodbye.
Yeah, no problem. I'll just take this final call here because Brenton is here, so we're going to find out Route 2 Maxi Taxi Association President. We'll find out from him, have a little chat with him. Hello, good morning.
A very, very good morning to you, Stefan. I myself want to congratulate and commend the TTPS for that great initiative yesterday. I was so happy, right? And to Mr. Kola, here what's going on now? I don't want to know what the people say. It's not me, the people say. When I call a program, I just say what I have to say. I don't say what the people have to say. Stefan, have a great morning.
Yeah, man, no problem. All right. I'll take this fight. That one was quick. Hello, good morning.
Hey, morning, Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, man, what's going on?
You come in quick, I know you have some interviews to do. So, the United Kingdom London Underground is on a strike. There are no subways working today up there. I know the Route 2 men up there too. But negotiations are broken down. So United Kingdom at a standstill.
All right.
Good initiative by the TTPS. They will say it on our buzzers to press, and maybe one or two of the boss hand AC. So as the lady said before, I agree with her. Damn if you do and damn if you don't. But Trinidad is a beautiful place otherwise. Have a good morning.
God. Hey. All right, cool, man. All right, listen. I ain't even going to waste my time because we are Brenton here, right? So, but, oh, God. You know, maybe the audio on the clip wasn't good enough for him to hear it, but the commissioner did say that they are providing that service to ensure that that ensure that people are not left outside vulnerable to no late hours. So that is protecting and serving. All of that force. You would swear the whole police force was out there. No? You hear the man talking? No? Anyway, I think it was I just think it was a good initiative, and I think they're going to be. But I know 3 of the routes have resumed today. Route 3 is kind of divided. Some will be out, some won't. Route 2 definitely not coming out. We have here, but look, the maxi taxi drivers have decided to strike at this point in time. They see it necessary to do so, and it is what it is, right? I have looked at some of their concerns, and I think some of them are valid. I'm not too sure about the speed limit, but, you know, that's the only one I kind of little half and half on, because I want to feel it have a science applied. I did look at a little overview here where speed limits of vehicles are assessed using a data-driven approach that balances safety and traffic flow, right? Where road authorities and traffic engineers evaluate specific criteria to determine appropriate maximum speeds, right? And that goes along with engineering studies and environment and land use and all these different things, right? Collision history, all of these things are used to assess a speed limit, right? So I know it has some science behind that. However, I really don't see an issue with the extra 15 kilometers. I mean, anybody who's a driver and you're driving a vehicle, and you know what, I mean, you could go into a vehicle and you could drive at 65 today, and you could up it to 80 and you'll see the difference, right? Now, it's a difference, but, you know, I think 65 is, I don't know anybody that will drive, I don't think I know anybody that drives at 65. You understand? But anyway, we'll talk to Brenton about that. So we're going to take the break. As we go to the break, I just want to remind you that Setwayo is here. He'll be on a little bit later in this hour. But he does have the Holistic Health Clinic powered by nutritional therapy. And it's very simple. Don't manage the disease when you have the opportunity to reverse it naturally. Drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. And you can book an appointment today by calling or WhatsApping him on 279-3935 or 7611952. And you could also order the book, You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished, when you call him, or you can visit a RIK bookstore nationwide. And if you don't get it there, you can get it on Amazon. And if you're in Tobago, you can go to Nelson's. All right? And you can pick it up there. We're going to take the break. When we come back from the break, President of the Route 2 Max Taxi Association, Brenton Knight, is here. We're going to chat with him about that meeting yesterday and what it will take for these Max Taxi drivers to be at least satisfied. All right, so that they can come back out as soon as possible. Keep it right here. We'll be back after this.
True growth shouldn't make you wait. This month, Real Talk Financing is changing the timeline. Get up to 7% interest on a fixed deposit paid to you upfront. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Real results sooner. Call our Central or South branches today.
I'm every woman, evolving, unstoppable even when I need to recharge. That's why I choose Iron Dutch Gentle. Fights fatigue and keeps me strong.
Fine lines, subtle shifts. I support my skin from within to reduce wrinkles.
Hard work takes strength, so I fuel up to stay ready.
Now I'm growing someone new. What I take, she takes too. So I choose what supports her brain from the start.
Wellness looks different for all of us, and I'm not alone. Jameson, trusted by women through every stage and every change.
Astrologer Mohit Ji is known for providing insightful astrology guidance for complex life situations, dealing with love confusion, delayed marriage, partner distancing, or serious relationship breakdowns. His approach focuses on understanding the root cause and guiding you toward the right path. If financial instability or business setbacks are affecting you, his spiritual remedies may support positive change. With psychic reading, horoscope analysis, and palm insights, he offers practical clarity. His services also include protection from negative energies and removal of bad luck. Call at +1 868 334 2796.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
If you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career, Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be. Some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificate in culinary arts, food lovers and professionals. Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Master Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargav Ji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning, and we're just about 9 minutes past the hour, 7 o'clock. And as we enter the second hour here, we want to welcome the president of the Route 2 Maxi Association, Mr. Brenton Knights, who is with us. Morning to you, sir. Morning to you. All right. Well, I hope all is well. I see you all resting and reflecting until tomorrow at least.
Yes, but first and foremost, I must say good morning to the commuters,
right?
My members, Trinidad and Tobago, and my Lord and Savior, the Most High.
Nice one. All right, so let's get started with the meeting yesterday, because we know what you all are looking for. We'll go through the things that you all want dealt with through the transport minister, whom you all met with yesterday. Now, I understand you all met with the transport minister. The meeting was 4 hours. However, there are certain aspects of these demands that fall under different ministries.
Well, you could say that, yes, to that point, yes, but you also have to appreciate there's a cabinet. He's part of cabinet. He's also part of the governance system. So he's also in government. Right. So although it will transcend, some of it will transcend to other ministries, but you have to appreciate also that when you have certain things coming up in Parliament, he also is required to debate. So it will transcend into his ministry also.
Okay, so, all right, like on the issue of, let's deal with the issue of crime. We'll deal with that, right? Because we have seen many videos where people board maxis, but on the bus route on the main road, and then there's a robbery. And I understand that some of the maxi taxi drivers, and I think this is a genuine concern. I don't think anybody would even critique the Maxi Association for having this concern as relates to crime. But I understand a lot of maxi drivers have installed cameras now in the maxis.
Yes.
Right. And that's at the cost of the driver.
The driver or the owner?
Or the owner of the maxi, right? Yes. So there's an extra cost that has been installed, I understand.
Corporations.
Right. So I understand these cameras, it's uploaded to our cloud.
In some instances, yes.
Right.
Some instances it have a DVR right there, but the advanced one will be in the cloud.
In the cloud, right. Now, this is something that you all have had to do because of the occurrences during the route. How often those occurrences happen?
It's seasonal, it's occasional, and it's bad to say it, but the fact of the matter is that sometimes when we have occasions popping up, concerts and events, or for instance when school close and school opening back, and they need to get funding for whatever reason, or if, as I say, if they have a concert and they need funding for that. So it tends to be seasonal. Coming down to Christmas, we will have that, and as I say, it shows it's a crime of opportunity. But it's very coincident that you start off my segment talking about crime, and your last segment you closed off praising the TPTS for the initiative yesterday. Yeah. It kind of way ties in to a certain extent, but we could piggyback off of it. Yeah. In my respectful view, we have no issue from the association standpoint with the TTPS coming out and lending service to the commuters in traveling.
Well, in the absence of the...
Right?
Yeah.
No problem, because that is what they are there for in event of an emergency or a natural disaster. That is what they are there for.
Right.
And if the equipment is there, utilize it. We have no issues and no bones with that. Hats off to them for that. The issue I have is that there was not an emergency. You are transporting civilian. What is the need for the siren and overtaking the length of traffic?
There was siren. They use sirens and stuff. Okay, I didn't know that.
But
right, I know they provided the service.
They're in the video.
Okay.
And the other part was, to me, it put the light at the commissioner in a bad light. As you spoke about, we have robberies and we have crime. The commissioner went on the vehicle and told the commuters in the vehicle, you all don't have to worry in this vehicle, you know. All you will get,
I didn't mention that when he said it.
all you get, all the leg knock, all the neck lock in this vehicle. All you have to worry about it. But yet for years, the maxi taxi have been plying and asking the TTPS to do a more stop and searches, especially the late hours of the night. And we ain't getting it at all, period. But you're telling them in that vehicle, you have to worry about getting locked up. So what about the maxi taxi?
Okay. So all right. So
it was totally embarrassing for the transport for the commissioner of police,
yeah.
not the transport commissioner, the commissioner of police to make that statement. He and all too understand and living in reality of it embarrassing to make that statement. Why maximen and taximen suffering at the hands of crime?
I agree with you. When I heard him make the statement, you know, I mean, I'm listening to the video and I heard it. Remember, that's the first thing I mentioned, fellas, when the video's over, I say, mention, you know, you get like, what is your neck lock, or you get robbed.
Don't worry about getting
And I was like, I didn't think you should make that statement, but nevertheless, right? I understand, I agree. The solution to the problem, right? You say stop and search. All right. Okay. That would be at the hubs?
That would be at the hubs on the route randomly. You could have plainclothes officers riding the maxi. We could be in tune with them to know who it is, so that if when they come in the vehicle, the drivers will be aware. The drivers will be aware, and not somebody who's trying to pull something. I'm just saying, we live in Trinidad where even members of the protective service might try to use that. I'm just saying that could be a possibility. I'm not saying that they will do it, but we live in a society that once you have human beings in it, you could expect anything.
But that's true.
So once we in tune, no problem. They come on the back seat normal, like normal people traveling. And at some point in time, they make the contact with the vehicle, park high up, and they just announce, hey, driver, could you pull aside? A routine check. And check the people.
Is part of the problem as well in terms of the crime, right? Okay, let me ask you this. Outside the stop and search, in terms of maxi drivers being robbed, or passengers being robbed, or whatever the case might be, right, on the route, how often have these drivers who have been victims of those crimes, how often have they gotten a call from the police saying, yeah, we catch them?
I'll be honest, I'm brutally honest. We have the transit police, probably the ending up last year. We partnered with them and we have a WhatsApp contact that we're able, if for some reason the drivers, and there's the transit police, not TTPS, but although all of them fall under the same umbrella because they're same police, but this is, right? So, but the transit police, we have a WhatsApp that if somebody's suspicious or some kind of, the driver feel uncomfortable, he could go on that and message him. They do respond. But I'm saying with the stop and search, you create that element of surprise that, hey, I ain't sure if this maxi are riding on here might have a plainclothes officer. I ain't sure if they go pull across.
Yeah, the cast out in the criminal mind,
so once you keep that, and the police and them, look for instance, yesterday, they used the PR, the public relationship, kicking strong. Why, and we have been saying it for years, why you haven't used all the public relation tactics to go and be on the tape and say, hey, we're having this stop and search more regular and maxi taxis, we'll have plainclothes officers there, and use your PR to create that sense of safety and security for the commuters and cast that doubt, that element of surprise on to these fellas and them who use the opportunity, because crime is an
opportunity.
It's an opportunity. And you see that, and this is something we're asking for years. And it have been having no action whatsoever from the TTPS, none whatsoever. You're talking about you have divisions from Port of Spain going all the way to Arima. So you will have Besson Street division, them could come and interact. You will have Sawa. You will have also Tunapuna, who could come have right close access to the bus route. You will have Five Rivers. You don't see that. What you will see is roadblock from time to time to be checking for unauthorized users of the PBR, but also the Maximan. What about using the blanket across the bus route and even on the main road to assist with these stop and search and create that element of surprise to provide that service? We are 24-hour service, 2 o'clock in the morning. You have your spouse or you have your bird traveling on your maxi. She needs to have that sense of security. What about deploying a plainclothes officer? Nothing wrong with that. But yet for all, the commissioner yesterday could say, you don't have to worry in here.
Yeah, you don't get
But we have to worry in the maxi though. And we have been worrying and continue to worry.
Right. No, I think that's a fair concern and a fair request. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think police need to start doing a little more policing, and that's part of it. Part of policing is implementing like what you said, stop and search. So if you all have had conversations with the TTPS before on this, and there have been some sort of communication, I don't know why something has not taken place yet to at least try to alleviate that problem to some extent.
It's probably not exciting, it's probably boring, it's probably...
No, but that's part of that. I mean, look, we're talking about strategic points, right, on a route. Yes?
Of course.
All right, so one of my problems, I remember I always talk about this when I was robbed. So I get robbed, I was robbed my vehicle in 2022, right? And one of the things I was disappointed in is that when I went to the police station, I had to go to the police station and make the report. I started, right? So I went to the police station to make the report, and my phone was in the car under the seat. So I was tracking the phone, and we got, my brother told me that, look, the vehicle is in Malik at this present point in time. And the police left with me from St. James to drive up to Malik, and I'm saying, well, okay, but I ain't really getting no communication, like at all points, bulletin taking place, you're looking for so-and-so vehicle, nothing like that, right? So all of that falls within what you're asking for, because if you get robbed in let's say, Cureb, the next stop is where?
Just after Cureb, I'm Tunapuna.
Tunapuna, right? So Cureb,
St. Augustine.
Tunapuna, right? So
St.
everything,
Augustine,
right? And you have police stations in all these, right? So it's just a simple coordination for me.
And I'm telling you.
And that's all it takes. So it's not rocket science. Look at the
viral, the video that went viral with the Maximan guy robbing Arica, with the girl, with the person perceived to be part of it in a religious attire.
Yes.
Right?
I remember
look
that.
How set up. Look how them networking.
Yeah, they're networking.
Look how them networking. The criminal elements networking, but yet for law enforcement who has training, it seems to be the dropping the ball with
that.
But they could use the PR stunt yesterday. Totally embarrassing. I support the initiative, have no issue with it, but embarrassing from the Commissioner of Police.
All right.
Totally embarrassing.
All right. What about the increase in the highway speed limit? Now, I see you all asking from 65 kilometers per hour to 80. Is that because of a ticketing issue?
Well, as it is, it's law, so it will be falling a ticketing issue. But it's not only from a ticketing, why we're asking it from a ticketing point of view, it's also from an engineering point of view, it's also from data in terms that you could go and survey and you could look at all them first world countries. A matter of fact, these first world countries have increased their speed limit, some of them running 120, because it is proven, it's a fact, where speeding, yes, is dangerous, but it's also equal facts and data to support that driving too slow is also high risk and also non-productive. It causes congestions, and the vehicle from an engineering point of view, if you, as it is right now, leaving from Port of Spain to go all the way down to Point 14, where there's no traffic lights, no restrictions, you running a passenger vehicle, a commercial vehicle at 65, you are straining the gearbox, you are straining the gears, the engine itself doesn't able to get up to that fourth gear or that fifth gear to relax.
Because I was talking about that this morning. I said, look, I really don't know the science, and then I pull it up here, and it's basically what you said. It's a whole engineering thing.
Right, and
the vehicle, the weight of the vehicle, tires.
It will even enhance your fuel consumption. It's everything. It does not practically make sense. And as I say, you can look at all the third world, or the first world countries. Their speed limit is in 120, 125.
All right.
So from that point of view, we of the view that we have enough data to support that, this could be done and be done safely.
Yeah, and I think it's only 15
but it's just ironic that the target maxis.
Right.
You have ever seen, we are being real, and I'm not casting aspersion on anybody. We're living in the real world, the real realm here. They have high capacity transporting vehicles that don't obey the 65.
No, well, I know nobody obeys the 65. We were just talking inside here how many people has drive below 65, and I can't think of any. I don't see any vehicles really per se on the road, especially on a highway, right? Or the PBR, doing less than 65. Come on. If you go in your vehicle right now this morning and you drive at 60 kilometers per hour, you are going to be the most frustrated human being in Trinidad and Tobago this morning. I'm telling you. I have no problem with that. And I think you're not asking for 100 kilometers, you're asking for 80. I think that's within reason. You know what I mean? Plus, like you said, like you said from a productive standpoint, right?
Yeah.
And I was looking at it from a Maximan standpoint too, because a Maximan always on the hustle. I remember when I go to school, I used to take my Maxi and take always on the hustle. From since the days with conductor and all kind of things in the Maxi. And it's a hustle. So, I mean, you have people going up at 65 kilometers per hour.
But we tend to move away from that as a hustle, as a profession.
It's a profession, right? But it used to be a hustle, right? It used to be a hustle. It's a legitimate profession and business now.
Yeah.
Because you have owners that have fleets of maxi taxis. They have drivers. They employ a lot of people. So it is a place of employment.
It's a legitimate
profession
business.
of employment.
It's a legitimate business.
Right? All right, so now I see here you also have, it's interesting, you know, because there was a headline in the paper this morning about the PH drivers capitalizing on the situation yesterday, and you all are asking for a crackdown on the PH drivers.
Of course, the PH and the white vans, and it prevalent.
The white vans?
Yes, they have the white vans. A lot of these white vans are P, and when you look at what they register to carry, they register to carry people, but registered to carry people like for a company or for a church or for an organization. They're not registered to do hired work or to apply for hire on the nation's roads. That's what they're insured for. Some of them are T, and they're registered to only carry 3 people, but you're seeing all the seats on them in the vehicle. So that is illegal. And but it's coincidentally, we have the discussion here again. The meeting with the minister, when we touch on that topic, it shows a level of disconnect with the minister and his portfolio. Because we raised that issue with him, and we say, well, you know that as it is presently, PH and T vans or white vans are illegal in the capacity how they operate. It is illegal. Yes, he admitted that. It is illegal. And we said, so what we're asking for is a crackdown, because he automatically and instantly he divert and say that this does not fall under his purview or his jurisdiction. That falls under the TTPS to deal with. So that falls under the caption of that comes under the caption of the Minister of National Security or the Minister of Homeland Security. And I beg to differ, because we had to remind the minister that under your ministry and your portfolio, licensing falls under your jurisdiction. Traffic wardens falls under your jurisdiction, so you have the capacity and the ability to deal with the PH and the white vans.
Well, I mean, that we have made a call. I remember I was talking about earlier as part of the Candlelight Movement, and one of the things we were advocating for was the regularization of PH drivers.
Yeah,
right? Because it is an illegal trade, and then there are no background checks there. You don't know when you get a PICA. There's a whole hazard, there's dangers that come with that. That is not to knock the fellas that are trying to make a little dollar, honestly.
No,
but it's a reality.
Right, but the country will only get in an upcry when we have another situation of another girl go missing and it aligned with PH work.
But I think that's a legitimate thing, because people have been calling that for the longest while too. They're calling for the regularization of these PH drivers.
It's a disease throughout the Caribbean. We are part of the Regional Transport Association, and if you hear our comrades in Grenada, if you hear our comrades in Barbados talk about it, they have different names to them up there.
Really?
But it's illegal.
Okay.
And it's a disservice to the legitimate fellas. If you walk right now in Port of Spain, right outside City Gate, the hired vehicles, the aids vehicles, taxis and them are parked up right there. Right by the zebra crossing on the needle lights, the PH and them circling there and getting all the trips, while the stand right there are suffering. I went up the other day and traveled a H vehicle to go to do a transaction by a financial institution up, that is on Park Street.
Right.
And I took a H vehicle. And whilst I took that H vehicle and I left with that H vehicle, a PICA left. I hired the guy because I had to return to do a little signature, and I hired the guy. I said, wait for me, just a couple of minutes, I will be out. It's just a sign and come back. So it might be a couple of minutes, might be under a minute.
Right.
And when we enter the vehicle and coming back down the road. The same P-car that left with he was back down the road again with another trip. He went on his stand and joined the line, and that P-car was right in front there again, full in to go again. So they just double up on him. You talking about that happening in the heart of Port of Spain? Long ago, they had a code where they used to come out in the evening, and the excuse for operating was, hey, the conventional taxis and them used to finish work 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, yeah.
And we providing a service, and they use that for people to sympathize and show the importance. Okay, that's your argument. Now they're doing it whole day.
Yeah.
And they're going on the stand. We have instances where we have videos where they're going even on the maxi taxi stands on them, the white vans on them.
Really?
Yes, and on the stands on them outside there and functioning whole day unfettered.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't allude to why it's happening, because at the end of the day, some law enforcement have an interest.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's a legitimate. You all have no problem with the ride share.
No, they're legitimate.
They're legitimate.
That's not easy. Once they're legal, once a legal entity functioning, the most we have to do is look, monitor, and probably adjust and adapt.
I think that model,
and
I've always wondered. I mean, this is. I mean, just the PH drivers. I've often wondered why there's no steps taken to regularize them into that kind of ride share, a legitimate ride share organization.
I don't know.
Rather than just this lawless. Well, I call it lawless behavior. You know,
but even watch the attire. Even watch the attire.
No. I remember the last PH guy was some years ago. But and the driver had his seat rock back so like in the living room like the end, you know what I mean? No, serious.
And
I mean, I don't know how it is now.
And you could do it a little more better and evolve into a profession. You have the opportunity to come on the mainstream.
Yeah.
But the problem with that, they have restrictions. So where them could go even closer to the traveling public into the intercity and apply, well, let me say apply the trade hustle,
right,
or do whatever they're doing in the capacity that they're doing. That's an advantage for them. They don't want to give up that advantage.
All right. And well, you all, what are the fees you all pay annually? You all have fees,
well, for us,
taxes?
like for us, I pay my taxes.
Right.
So I could put that under the table or put that away one
right,
side.
But you pay your taxes.
I pay my taxes.
Right.
I up to date. I pay my taxes. And I've been doing that for many years. We have to pay to use the parity. That toll has increased, right? And obviously, well, for renewal of taxi badge and so forth, we do all of that. And as a member of the association, the members and them pay the fees to be members and pay the dues, whatever. So we pay our just
But
dues.
PH drivers not subjected to those
They're not
fees at all.
subjected to that.
Now, this is a very interesting one. The outstanding monies owed for transportation of school children.
Yep.
That to me, I've had, it was, oh gosh, Ram Logan, boys, Rodney Ram Logan.
Yeah.
Rodney. Right, Rodney had been on the program some years ago with this same issue of money being owed for the transportation of school children. That seems to be an ongoing problem.
A revolving
What is the issue with that? What?
It's a revolving door, and it stems from one, initially, the ministry and the government by extension, they don't budget for that when they have budget allocation. And it's not party, it's not this government, it's the past government. All governments function in that manner. It's a social program, but they don't budget for it.
They don't budget for it?
No. But there's a program that they see the need for it, and they don't budget for it. So that's one of the biggest issues.
If there's a need for it, then there should be a budget
That's
for
one
it.
of the biggest issues there. The other issue, because of its structure that they don't have a budget allocation for it, it have a bad contract in place, and the bad contract which states that they will pay you when money becomes available. And yes, the drivers and them, some of them lacking not to read the contract, they sign that, so that is in place. And then it is have administrative problems where the vetting of that contract and vetting of the let me say the sheets on them, your claim sheets on them that you submit to PTSC, it has to be vetted by PTSC to ensure that it's correct and what you're claiming for, you did actually do that work. And then when it goes up by the ministry, it have another vetting process. But sometimes the issue happens there with the vetting is that a simple thing. You have a document where a teacher signs it, a principal for a school. She signs off on it. So she have no problem. She agree. It goes by PTSC, the monitors and them agree, so it has the principal's signature and a stamp. Probably for some reason, the person who stamped it was stamping a couple forms and she didn't dip the ink when she about to stamp this one, hard enough in the ink, so it's a little fadey.
Right.
PTSC have no problem because the understanding is the principal signature authorizes that and the monitor agreed. When it reaches by the ministry, them have a problem with the stamp. So it come back down to do over the whole process again.
God,
So it's a revolving door. Last year, at the end of December, they owed about $10 million. The minister was able to present some documents, leaving out the month of May, that is about, let me say roughly about over 5 something million. But at the end of the day, you have a scenario where guys will go months upon months without being paid.
Right.
Which minister, be it in the opposition or in government, will work
Without
for
being
months
paid for
upon
months
months being not paid?
Plus you have your vehicle payment. If you're
It's so
paying off your
funny.
vehicle.
It's so funny that you have to transport the nation's children for free and work months without being paid, but have to find money to pay for your child to go to school.
Understood. And I remember talking to Ram Logan about that some years ago, and that was the same thing. That's the same thing that he was saying. He's saying we go in months without money.
Yeah.
Right? So like you said, it's been a revolving door.
Yeah.
It seems to me that problem is an administrative problem.
Of course it is.
It's nothing else but an administrative problem that can be solved very easily by recognizing the need for the service and just allocating something in the budget, an allocation in the budget.
Yep.
And that's the end of that. And that's it. And redo the contract so that the contract does not state when monies are available, and just make it, regularize the service. Because it seems to me that while the service has been recognized as needed, it has never been regularized as a permanent service.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? So this is I mean, come on, this is a simple fix. This is no long division. This is simple math. This is simple arithmetic,
See,
right?
They continue to get the service in a way that is not much financial burden on them in the sense of maintaining the vehicle,
Right.
operating the vehicle. So they don't directly have to pay the driver. They don't directly have to refuel the vehicle every day. They don't have to worry about the maintenance of tire and parts and so forth. So they're happy with that. They're comfortable with that. So they abuse the drivers and abuse the relationship in that manner. It continues that way.
I think that's a simple fix, and that could be dealt with very easily. All right. Just a couple other things here because I've gone way over the time, but I'm very interested to find out about a couple other things here. Well, the upgrade and the improve of the maxi taxi hubs and terminals, that is one. I understand that the minister said, well, that falls under Julie John.
Again, if you are in a cabinet where Ms. John is your colleague, right, you are the Minister of Transport. If something is affecting your people who falls directly under your line ministry,
bring it up in cabinet meeting.
you need to bring it to them and assist, and probably at sometimes the Ministry of Transport and Civil does do contracts.
Right.
So you could give out a contract for some work to be done. And I could tell you what we're asking here for is even not necessary for the public tax-paying money to come for those upgrades. What we're asking for in some instances is the permission for that we could be able to operate the facility and bring the initiative of generating revenue. Look, for instance, if Citygate, if commuters here who could call in and could tell you, they have seen some significant development in Citygate.
Okay.
Right now we have a smart card here where we introduced where we didn't have access to our toilet for 24 hours for almost close to 30 years since we in Citygate. And the association, the membership funded this system.
That's you all funded that?
Yes, equivalent of $1,000. We could, this is a key, you just swipe a card and the door open and you have access to our toilet facility 24 hours. We did other things. We air condition our canteen for our members. We put in cable, TV, there were microwave. We do a lot of things and we're looking to put in a barrier system to generate revenue. But we had to seek permission from the relevant authority to function on that because you could do a lot more on the compound.
On the compound.
And the compound itself is designed in such a way it could be self-sufficient to be able to generate revenue for the upkeep, the development, and the maintenance of the compound.
Okay.
Look right here, you could see where you all have ads and things running to assist with the offset of whatever all you're doing here. There's no difference with the compound.
Okay. Yeah, but is it? I mean, I've been through Citygate in a while, right? What is the state of deterioration? Or
Well, it's still there, but look, up to Saturday, we did some cleaning, the executive and some other members, including my son. We came on there and we worked tirelessly doing some desilting and cleaning. Yes, we have a fair enough good relationship with PTSC, so they will come and sweep up and remove the garbage and assist from time to time when there's infrastructure. We had a partnership with them just recently by we exit booth. We supplied them the material to do the electrical, and them assisted us with the labor. And that's how we functioning. And it was thousands of dollars the association put out to buy the material.
All right.
Because we know right now, because of the economical challenges, allocation is an issue for them. So we don't want to be a burden, but the members contributed to that.
Okay. And you all are willing to do same to improve the hub?
Yes, by all means.
Right, it's just a permission.
Just give us, look, we have the Greenman comrades and them being relocated in Central. Up to now is a political game back and forth. Give them the compound, give them the authority to manage it, and we will step in there. The drivers will pay the users fee for the compound, and they will also have the opportunity in the heart of showgunners to put up ads and get advertising going. Okay. And they will generate revenue for the upkeep, which is not a burden to the state. You have to worry about that again.
All right.
And you will get the service.
That sounds, I mean, look, I see no problem with that either. I think that's a very progressive idea. So it ought to be something that the minister should be looking at, even if he has to, and I think I agree with you. He's the Minister of Transport. You have brought up certain issues. Even if it falls under a different ministry, you are part of cabinet. And all you need to do is go to cabinet and bring it up with the relative ministers from those ministries and say, listen, I had a meeting with the Maxi Association. These are the issues that they're facing. However, this falls, Minister John, this falls under your ministry. We need assistance with this. Minister Alexander, this falls under your ministry. We need assistance with this. And they work it from a cabinet level.
Of course.
So I see no problem with that, and I think that's something that they ought to be looking at. Even the Minister of Finance now, who also was mentioned in the meeting, I understand yesterday, as relates to NIS contributions.
Yeah, well, there's a whole...
Well, this is something and all, because NIS is in problems.
And let me say this,
and you all are willing to
The funny part about what we know, just speaking about cabinet and colleagues, the funny part about it, I guarantee you, and I say it here out in the public domain, I guarantee you, if NIS was to come into being for self-employed, you will hear and see the Minister of Transport, if it is this minister or somebody else they put, will have to contribute on NIS from a point of view where the maxi and the taxis, because of transportation, they fall under this purview and they are self-employed people, he will have to contribute in Parliament to that. So telling me that this don't fall under your purview, it is just a lot of hogwash.
Okay.
What happens in cabinet, even though something doesn't fall under your purview, you somehow find a way at the time when it's having debate to contribute. You cannot exempt yourself.
But cabinet meets every Thursday.
And in Parliament, they will debate. He will find a way to introduce himself to contribute to the debate so that you will be able to have your vote when the time comes to vote.
It's a matter of him taking it to cabinet on a Thursday and bringing it up with the finance minister saying, listen, we have the maxi operators, they want to make NIS contributions, how we can work that, what we have to do to make this possible, and then they take it to Parliament with a piece of legislation that allows for self-employed people, because
it's something
I have known many self-employed people that want to make NIS contributions, and unfortunately...
This has been lobbying for years.
For years.
Yes.
And I think
now,
with the fund where it is now, in a state of decline, it's needed more than ever to include
self-employed.
Those self-employed persons, so yeah.
And to be fair to this administration, in 2015, they did set up a task force. They were lobbying, and they were really on the verge of introducing it. And to be fair to them, I'd like to be fair and honest to everybody. So in their previous incarnation in 2015, they were pushing to get it introduced. Yeah. Now they're back again. We're asking them to revisit it because the last accurates on them report clearly state what you were stating there, that the fund is in decline. And they had a few recommendations. One of the recommendations was to increase the age limit, to increase contributions, and also to introduce self-employed. It logically just makes sense. We have a lot of self-employed people here who operate in all kind of small businesses and wants to contribute. You have a young person who's probably a nail tech or a barber or who's selling gyro on the side of the road. He's 20 years.
Yeah.
He will only benefit from this program when he reaches the age of 60.
Correct.
You has 40 years of this individual contributing to the fund.
To the fund.
Why not bring him in?
Bring them in. I think that's, I mean, look, that to me, we have spoken about this in the past, about including self-employed persons, and I don't know why it's taken so long. I do not know if this year that is something that will materialize when the budget comes around. That's months from now. There is a mid-year review, but I don't think it will be brought up there. But I don't see that as, basically speaking, all of the requests here that the Maxi Association is asking for, I think that even if some of it cannot be provided full 100% now, at least meeting them halfway for now with a commitment, right? I understand that one of the problems was nothing in writing.
Yeah, the minister outright say he's not going to commit to nothing in writing.
He's not committing to anything.
And that just tells you that the professionalism that you don't want to be accounted for, or you doesn't show, hey, I want to function within timelines. I have a work schedule, and okay, I'm going to sign that, hey, within 3 months, I'm going to get this done. And then I'm going to move on and have this other one done in 3 months. Even if it means that, hey, this year might take 6 months, and the process means to go to cabinet to get legislation, at least I'm going to give my signature that I'm going to do all that is needed by me.
Yeah.
For it to reach to stage 1.
Right.
And after stage 1, we're going to come back and do the assessment, and then we're going to commit for it to be able to move to stage 2. You're even willing to commit to that?
Yeah. All right. I hear your plight. I hear the plight of the Maxi drivers. I think it's legitimate concerns. I think their requests are not, beyond, providing from the government standpoint. And I know everybody we got to wrap things up because we're going like 40 minutes now. But nevertheless, it was a good conversation, and I gave him the time. I gave Mr. Knights the time this morning because I know there's a lot of conversation out there, and one of the conversations is why now, and the politics and all this little thing. I don't think that matters at this point in time. I don't think it matters to say, well, why now? Why not over the last 10 years? And I just think that's a waste of time conversation. I think that people have asked for change, and one of the reasons why they've asked for change is because they expect just that, a change.
I could touch on that, if you permit me, I could I know you'll be pressed.
But go ahead, I'll give you a minute.
That perception about we didn't do anything in the last 10 years, I'm sure you could pull up in the archives where myself and other guys who had issues with the transfer in our PBR pass, we went down at that ministry 4 o'clock in the morning and circle that whole entire building with Maxis 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And remained there for half a day. And we got the transfers of PBR pass about 50 or so. And next time we had an issue with transferring of the pass next of kin, we circulated that building about 7 or 8 times, block up all about. There's videos you could go in the archives and see.
Right.
I also, on the Voja election, I went up Sandy Grande and showed the condition and the dilapidated condition of the hub in Sandy Grande against Mr. Roran. So this transcends beyond politics. Yeah, I don't have time for that. I don't wear that cap.
That's why I mentioned Ram Logan. Yeah. Because I remember they striked as well.
Yes. Our constitution clearly states that we are non-political, non-religion. We are very, very mindful of that.
Okay, brilliant, man. All right, so I think what the Minister of Transport needs, and I know, Eli, I know you're watching the program, eh? All right, and I will send you a message today too. I think what you need to do, take the concerns of the Maxi associations to the cabinet, to the relative ministers. It's a conversation that you have to have. You're connected, all in the same government. So it shouldn't matter that this is Jolene John, or refer this to Minister Tanku, or you have to go to Homeland Security Minister Alexander. It's a simple case of picking up the phone, making a call, starting a communication, and starting to get the work done collectively. It is not an isolated thing. So this is not rocket science, like I said. This is very easy to resolve. And I look forward to those conversations taking place in the future. And I know that the community and public look forward to the Route 2 Association getting back on the road to provide their service. And I know they're looking forward to it too, because, they're taking a knock for the 3 days here. They've made a sacrifice of that income. That's 3-day income, which very few people will do. All right, like one maxi driver will say, "Boy, I'm a bill to pay," you know. I mean, to each their own, but you know, I mean, the majority have said, "Look, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make this stand. We're gonna strike. These are the things that we want addressed." And you know, I mean, they take our 3 days to get it done, and hopefully it gets the attention of those in authority. So, Mr. Knights, I want to thank you, man. Good conversation, and I think I understand. I mean, just reading the issues on the surface level is one thing, but I think getting the conversation going with you and getting a little deeper into it gives a better understanding of what you all are looking for, what you all are about. So people, we got to take a break. Seth is here, and we will chat with him when we return. But the Route 2 Maxi Association President Brenton Knights, and we want to thank him for coming out this morning and having a discussion with us, and hopefully we are all a little more educated on the issue. We'll be back after this.
Thank you all for having me.
No problem, man. Yeah, man.
Welcome to Antigua Mass. Them people have no behavior, they have no behavior. Welcome to Antigua Mass. Clear out how you know it's danger, how you know it's danger. When it comes to mass, it was that lay.
Legends need to be celebrated while they can still hear the applause. Trinidad and Tobago, let's show our appreciation for this Calypso giant in Thank You, David.
That kind of head couldn't come from weed. This is not a betting here, this is good.
Saturday, June 6th at Napa, Port of Spain. One night, one legend, countless unforgettable songs.
I with the man with the hammer god.
Celebrating King David in his presence and performing some of his many hits include Roger George, KV Charles, Chrison Joseph, Terry Lyons, Adrian Hilbert, Irvin Alves, Chuck Gordon.
Special guest Super Bandman, Dane Gulston, and the Lydian Singers.
MC Sonny Bling.
Tickets cost $225 and $275. If stocks last, call 491-1802.
Thank you, David.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
TT Bet Arena is your one-stop entertainment.
Welcome to Antigua Mass. Them people have no behavior, they have no behavior. Welcome to Antigua Mass. Clear out how you know it's danger, how you know it's danger. When it comes to mass, it was that lay.
For your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Feeling distance in your relationship or sensing someone interfering between you and your partner? Connect with Pandit Anirudh, known for powerful and result-oriented love solutions. His effective love spells have helped many reunite with lost partners. If you face family conflict, marriage issues, negativity, or financial stress, his strong mantras bring quick relief. Know what lies ahead in your love life and future through powerful astrology readings. Many lives have changed. Now it's your turn. Contact +1 868 278 0399.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb backing, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Bronwyn Navarro, and Brian Thompson provide consultation services in areas of diabetes detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Twin City, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Shoguanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
All right, so welcome back to Breaking Dawn. Of course, we've got to thank Mr. Brenton Knights, who joined us, on behalf of the Maxi Association, Route 2. He is the president, and like I said, I don't see the issues here. I don't see these issues as something that the government cannot solve. All right, but we'll see what the Minister of Transport does over the next 48 hours. But for now, we've got to move on to Seth Wyo. Seth is going to be with us. And, of course, we have the book here, You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished. And Seth, what is the topic this morning? Morning, man.
Morning. Well, when I see clients, when people come and book consultations, I notice a particular question that a lot of people would ask me after the consultation. Will be like, so what about detox, right? So I realize, a lot of people don't understand detoxification. And many people always seeking a product to detox.
Right.
Now, what people don't know is your body has a natural detox process. Your body has detox organs. This is why you have your liver. This is why you have your kidneys, your spleen, you have your lungs. All of these are systems that are designed to detox. But first, let me mention what detoxification is. Detoxification is taking something that is either waste material or harmful and neutralizing it or transforming it, right, to make it safe to either eliminate it from the body, because the body is trying to protect you from something that might be harmful. So it neutralizes or transforms or eliminates it as waste. Now, we have all of these things built into our own system. There's nothing that you need to take to do that process, because many people are of the belief you need to take a tea colon cleanse, or colon flush, or some kind of substance, a juice, or some kind of thing in order to cleanse the body or to detox the body. Now, if, just from simple logic, if a product is needed to cleanse the body, what was the body doing before that product exists?
What was the body doing before
the product exists?
Well, the body, of course, would go through the natural
Process
process
have a natural process. This is why
it's the same way you eat. You eat through this hole and everything comes out through the other hole.
Right.
It goes through your digestive system and everything, and then it passes through your system and comes out.
Exactly. So the digestive system is part of your detox system.
Well, right. Yeah.
Right. You exhale. Exhaling is part of detoxing as
Exhaling?
well. Yeah, exhaling. Your body would exhale carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. Your body will exhale harmful compounds that you may have inhaled. Right. You sweat. Sweating is a way the body can detox through
when you sweat the body,
right, through the skin. Right, it's not the main way, but it's one of the ways. Urination, right? Urination through the kidneys. Defecation, that is the digestive system. Even the liver as well. The liver can eliminate things, utilize bile, and pass it through through defecation. So you have all of these systems in place to detox the body. Now, I think what a lot of people mistake with detoxification is irritation. So you might take something, and that something you take irritated the digestive system. And because it irritated the digestive system, it induced a diarrhea. And people assume, oh, it detoxes
That's a detox.
That's not a detox. That's a response to an irritation.
Okay.
Right? And a lot of things people are using to detox the body, they are unaware, poisons the body. Right? Most people are unaware of that. And they have a lot of research and stuff showing that as well. So people taking things to detox, whether it's a cleanse or some kind of juice, or, growing up, they tell you take a hops and you burn it, and you soak it in water,
and you'll
right?
get cooling, yeah.
And that reminded you have things like it's heterocyclic amides.
Like that,
right? Heterocyclic amides. When you burn stuff, that creates a toxin, right? So you burn and you char these things, soak it in water, and you drink it, and it induces a diarrhea, and boom, you're thinking, hey, this helped me. I just detoxed myself. No, you didn't. You just poisoned yourself, right? Irritated your system, and your body is trying to get what you just did out because it caused an irritation. So a lot of things that people are using to detox actually damaging the liver, right? A woman that did a consultation with me some years back when I just started, I think it was 2021, all right? They were up to do they were supposed to do a liver transplant.
Right.
Right? So when they mentioned, when they called to book the appointment, and I heard the extent of the damage to the liver, I thought I was dealing with an alcoholic. Lo and behold, the person was not, they don't even consume alcohol at all.
Okay.
Right? So why was their liver so damaged? It's because they went and they did 3 years prior, they went by a herbalist. Just they didn't have any issue, but people, of the belief, you need to go herbal, you go plant-based or whatnot. And they went on all these herbal stuff and detox stuff, and they started consuming it. And a lot of people are skeptical about pharmaceuticals. And that's not wrong.
There.
That's not wrong.
Yeah.
Nothing is wrong with that. But because they are skeptical against pharmaceuticals, they don't apply that same level of skepticism to other alternatives. And that's where the problem is. So that individual started to take these stuff, these supplements, these products and whatnot, right? Raw fruits, vegetables, juicing, this and that and the other. And literally poison 98% of the liver, right? 98%.
Wow.
The most regenerative organ in the body was basically decimated, right? Due to what I have been saying for the longest while, that knowledge gap.
Right.
When we don't have the right information, we fall victims to manipulation, as I mentioned last week as well. And that is what happens. So they don't put the right amount of skepticism towards alternatives like herbal, homeopathic, naturopathic, all of these different alternatives, the home remedies, the bush remedies, these things people aren't skeptical about, and they consume these things without batting an eyelid to it. They think they are, because it's labeled natural, they think it's harmless. But is poison ivy harmless?
Okay.
Poison ivy is not harmless. Cyanide is natural.
Yeah.
But cyanide would also kill you.
Kill you.
So it
That's
have a
right.
lot of natural things that are harmful, and if you are not knowledgeable, then you would be eating these natural things and harming yourself. But natural doesn't mean harmless.
Harmless. Okay.
Doesn't mean safe. So a lot of natural things, very dangerous, very, very dangerous. In fact, you have the arrowroot tree. That's one of the most toxic things in nature, right? But how much people know that, right? Not because it's natural means that it is safe. Some of the most destructive forces of a hurricane, a volcano, these are natural.
Right, but when you talk about detox, right, you're talking about a purge too. You
Correct,
know, people go and say,
correct.
well, I need to take a purge.
Yeah, a purge, right?
But the body naturally
The
purges
body
itself
naturally
on a
does
daily
that.
basis, right?
Here is the thing.
But what if what if your body's not? What if you are not going off? Right?
When you say not going off, like constipated?
Let's say constipated.
Right, so
Right,
constipation
you're constipated, yeah.
So if somebody comes to me and they say they are constipated, I look at their diet.
Right.
And then I show them what are the things that contribute to constipation. Right? And then based on what they're consuming, they could have certain deficiencies in certain nutrients that would cause constipation as well. They might be eating foods that also the body is incapable of digesting, and that might build up and accumulate in the colon.
So what do you do then?
Right? So what I have to do is one, and the main thing to detox the body, the first thing that people need to know when it comes to detoxing the body, you first need to stop poisoning the body.
Right.
That's the first step in detoxing the body. And I'm pretty sure, I'm sure you hear people say that fasting, they have benefited so much from fasting.
Well, they say fasting cleanses the body as well. I mean, that's what they say, right?
It's not that it cleanses the body, you know.
Well,
it's when people...
But
look what happens. When you fast, you stop consuming.
Yes.
And it's because of what people have been consuming, have been poisoning the body. So the body get a break. So now your detox organs now is eliminating without the continuous input coming in of toxins. That is why people get improvement when they fast. But then they break the fast and they start back putting
you go back putting in
the same things that was harming the body.
And,
and this is why I wrote my book as well, to educate.
Right.
To educate. You want to only consume the stuff that don't harm the body and take all the stuff that are harming the body out of the picture. Right? And this is why knowledge is so, so important. So the alternative industries, right, the alternative healthcare system and whatnot, they benefit from the same knowledge gap that the pharmaceutical system benefits from.
Okay.
The less people know, the more they go in and rely in a product for healing, right? Because they don't know. So you're trying to take a product to heal, whether it's pharmaceutical drugs, whether it's some sort of natural alternative, you're trying to take something to heal while you don't know what's causing your problem in the first place. And most people continue to consume what is causing their problem while they're trying to take medications and products and supplements and all of these things to try to rectify that issue. That is symptom management. That is not root cause approach, right? And root cause approach requires knowledge. So you have to educate yourself and then you have to apply that information, right? And that is exactly what I do, right, at my clinic. When people come to me to book a consultation and they come into the consultation, what you are paying for is not a product. You're not getting any product anyway. Right? As we know, I don't promote or push the use of any product or supplements. Right? You're getting explanation. Now people say, explanation? I don't need an explanation. Yes, you do. Right? We all need explanations. Right?
Yes, but I mean, yes, as you call it, a re-education.
Re-education.
Right.
You need to understand why you're sick. Right? If you don't want to understand why you're sick, you go in and get trapped into a product-based system. You're always on a drug, you're always on a supplement. I've had people come to me with bag full of supplements and drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, natural products that they take in, supplements, all these things. And they're still sick and they're wondering why none of these working. Because, when I tell you, I had people come with bags, I had people come with Not just plastic bag. I've had people come with bags that just zip like a cooler, right?
Serious?
With a whole set of products that they are taking, right? Because they're looking for healing in a bottle. And healing comes from when you start to put in less, not more.
Not more.
It's not about putting in more. It's about removing. You have to remove what is harming you, right? Not putting something while you're still consuming. Things that harm you. And then a lot of times the things that they're putting in is also harming them. So I've even seen people block the treatment of even certain medical procedures from working. So certain things people using block chemo from working, block radiation from working, because it continues to feed and fuel the cancer, right? So people just wonder how it is I just reverse cancer, because I understand what causing cancer and I eliminate it from the diet.
Okay.
Right? So it's not, as I might mention, it's not rocket science, but the other day I was researching rocket science and I realized rocket science is quite easy, right?
Well, it might be, you know, right? We just say rocket science, but I mean, you know, because it sounds so, you know what I mean? It sounds so, you know.
But when you go into it, you realize, this not complicated, right?
It's pretty simple when you look at it, It's you know, you know what I mean? I mean, there are levels of it, but, you know.
You wouldn't know it's simple if you don't
venture into it,
right? Same thing with nutrition and biology. Your body is simple, you know.
Yeah.
But if you don't venture into researching it and looking into it, you're going to think it's too complex and you say, you know what, I'll leave it up to everybody else. Leave my health to somebody else. That is what I call outsourcing responsibility.
Right.
And that is what a lot of people do, because if you outsource responsibility, then you're going to say, well, I'm sick, but it's not my fault. But at the end of the day, you still have to live in your own body.
Correct.
Regardless of who you want to blame for your health, you still have to live in your body with you. You have to endure the days that you can't play with your children, or you can't operate with your grandchildren, that you can't get off of the bed, the pain and the discomfort. You still have to endure that. The person that you outsources to, they're out there living their life.
Exactly.
Right? They're out there living their life.
So we're out of time, but we want to thank Seth for coming in this morning, and we hope you understand a little bit about detoxing. When the body getting rid of mucus too, that's a detox too, right?
Getting rid of mucus is not a problem. You have to ask what triggering the mucus, because mucus is there to help your body, right?
Okay.
Mucus is there to help your body. Mucus is made up of proteins, a little bit of glycerol, and some salts, but it's mostly water, right?
Okay.
So when you consume things that harm in your body would release mucus to try to reduce that harm. Mucus would also transport toxins out of your system as well.
Right.
So no, mucus is not there. I remember when I was small seeing those long info ads and the guy, mucus is the problem. No, it isn't. Mucus is a response to something causing harm in your system.
Okay.
So it's not about focusing on getting rid of it. If you get rid of all your mucus, you're dead. Right?
Really?
That's plain and simple. One, mucus lines your stomach because your stomach contains acid, it secretes acid, hydrochloric acid, to aid in the digestive process. That's the beginning part. So if you have no mucus lining your stomach, the acid in the stomach, the hydrochloric acid, is going to eat through your stomach. Then you have no stomach, right? So, no, mucus is needed, right? You even have mucus in the rectum and stuff. How you think you pass stool? You need mucus to help with the ease and flow of stool as well. Yes, so you need mucus, right? When you see mucus coming out of your nose, it's because it traps certain things, the exosomes and whatever, exosomes will trap stuff like toxins and whatever from the air, trap it in mucus, and then you blow it out, or excrete it, or cough it out. The body would also trap harmful stuff in your nose when you inhale in mucus and dump it in the hydrochloric acid in your stomach in order to destroy it.
Wow.
Right? So mucus have its place and purpose. It's just that people have wrong information, but like I say, I don't outsource information either. I do the research because I need to understand. I always in a need to know basis.
And just that little insight here on mucus tells us why we need to read and, you know, re-educate. All right?
Book an appointment. Come and see me.
So you can pick up the book as well. It is You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished. And you can call Seth on 279-3935 or 761-1952 and book an appointment today. Rebuild your health from the inside out naturally. And of course, to get the book outside of calling those numbers, you can visit any RIK bookstore nationwide or Nelson's in Tobago, also Amazon. It is available there as well. So
and
make sure and check it
digital
out.
copy is on Gum Road. And as you see, it is the top selling consignment book at RIK bookstores nationwide. Continue to keep it there. by going out and purchase it. It is highly informative.
All right, so I'll tell you what, people, we got to wrap things up for today. We will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we have Greenwich coming on. There was a threat to a police officer. We'll deal with that. And Pastor John, of course, will be on as usual. And tomorrow is going to be the day before the holiday. We have no show on Thursday. All right? And then we are back on Friday. We're supposed to have our good friends from Rush TV. Of course, the FIFA World Cup is starting, so we'll have them on for an interview. I was supposed to have Vandana Mohit in this week, but I will leave that for next week. All right? And when Vandana comes in, I'm going to ask that we take some calls so that you can ask her about some of the issues that you're facing, whether it is self-help or your pension or anything like that. I do have some information on it, but I'd rather the minister tell you. Okay? So until tomorrow, people, do have a great day. Thanks a lot to Seth.
Thanks for
and
having
thanks
me.
a lot to Mr. Brenton Knights, who I think has brought some clarity, more information than what you're going to read in the paper this morning. I think you got that here this morning. It's understandable why they've decided to, strike and, well, not necessarily strike here, but it's the request. Those requests are not outside of providing, right? At least on some level, to some extent, right? In some cases, they might have to meet each other halfway, but I don't think it's beyond rectifying. So we'll see if the Minister of Transport responds to that. I and all will give him a call today because he ain't too far from where I live, right? Well, at least his business, well, his family business is not too far from where I live. It's like three or four buildings. So my house here, I have one by the corner, it have a street, and then two houses down. Yeah, I think his father has a little business there and that kind of thing. So, he's somebody that I used to see regularly, but, I know him on that level. So I'll probably give him a call today and see what's going on. All right, people, until tomorrow, do have a great day. We out.
Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb bagging, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. Their professional doctors, Drs. Carlos Navarro, Rangwin Navarro, and Brian Thompson provide consultation services in areas of diabetes detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, persons suffering with knee, shoulder, and back pain. At Eden Heights Clinic, they understand that your health is your wealth. Get in touch with them to determine which service is the right choice for you. Visit them at any one of their three locations at 13 Montague Avenue, Twin City, at 41 Ramsaran Street, Shawanas, or give them a call at 640-8985 or 613-7571, or send them a WhatsApp to 493-9196. Eden Heights Clinic is your right choice.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Watch my canal
Master Ganesh Bhargav offers powerful guidance for all kinds of life problems, doubts, confusion, protection needs, and clarity. His astrology practice comes from a powerful ancestral tribal lineage with over 500 years of astrological and spiritual practice. Bhargavji does not dominate or pressure clients. Instead, he focuses on fixing problems with care and balance. His reunion love spells and death reversal spells are designed to restore harmony and provide lifetime protection. This is not individual effort alone, but collective spiritual power working for you. Many clients notice strong positive changes within a few sessions. Call +1 868 347 2350.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ be with you now and always. God bless you all.